Okay, so we got good news and bad news for this new Nightreign update. The bad news is that one of the most OP characters has now been nerfed a bit. On the good news is that other characters get a little bit more buffs. Revenant and Recluse still pretty much going to be trash, but I just want to go over some of these features real quick. I just want to go over the new features, adjustment, balance adjustment, and then little things here and there when it comes to weapon imbuements, when it comes to poison and frost, but all the other bug fixes and improvements, I'll put that up on the screen so that way we can go over that as well. But I won't be doing an entire video on those bug fixes. If you guys want, go to Bandai and you guys should be able to see more adjustments for yourself. So as of patch notes versions 1.02, the new features that I'm pretty impressed with, and actually I think it's going to be a good adjustment for new players for the Deep of Night. And I'm not going to lie, a couple of times that I've had trouble myself when it comes to stage 4 and 5 of the Deep Night, they actually made it to where you are going to be able to get a little, gift or grace, if you will. If you lose, there could be a chance that you won't actually lose a level. But over here, let's pop up on the screen the additions and changes related to the Deep of Night. Added a feature to decrease your Deep of Night level by 1 level. Your ranking will be adjusted to the midpoint value of the lower level. Rank demotion protection. This is what I was talking about earlier. When reaching death levels 3, 4, and 5, you'll be granted a rank loss demotion protection. This will prevent you from losing a death level after defeat that would trigger this loss, which is really good because once you get into those 3, 4s, and 5th levels, you decrease by 400 points. It's kind of insane, especially with some of the other bugs that they've been having with the game. I'm actually really impressed that they added this because for the longest time, there would be so many different issues when using Iron Eye. The skill wouldn't trigger, or if it would, it would make the sound, it wouldn't trigger. There've been a lot of too much health, especially for the gargoyle, but that's for further down. I'll continue talking about that. The rank loss protection will be applied for 1 defeat for death level 3 and 2 defeats for death level 4 and 5. This protection also applies even after reaching these levels again after the death level demotion. If a death level 1 player is matched with a higher ranking player during a death level 2 expedition, the level 1 player will not lose points upon defeat. So it's really good for newer players whenever you're going into a game with 3 and then go to a death level higher because everybody's ranked differently. You're able to not lose points because it's obviously going to be a lot harder. The enemies are going to be harder. You're going to be taking a lot more damage. You won't do as much damage. So pretty impressed with that as well. Definitely making it easier for newer players to come in here and jump on with the other ranked players. Updated the expedition menu icon when reaching the death level 5 maximum ratings. And this is also going to apply if you already reached death level 5. You'll get the updated icon as well. So this is another important one right here when it comes to the Night Fares adjustments and combat and enemy balance. So we're going to go over that real quick. Increase the attack power and stagger damage of dash and strong attacks for most weapon types, which is really good because a lot of times whenever fighting these enemies using these weapons just seemed like they weren't doing as much damage as they should have been. Even with the deaths going through 1 through 5, it just felt like it just wasn't really doing anything. Increased the stagger damage for dual wielding jump attacks for thrusting swords. Decreased the stagger damage for dual wielding jump attacks for curved great swords and heavy thrusting swords. So I know a lot of Raider and Wilder players are going to be upset about that. Increased the potency of improved skill attack power, +1, +2 passive effects. That's really good because a lot of times also, again, just didn't feel like it was doing much. I wish there were some numbers that they provided with this, but they didn't. The effects of taking damage causes XXX buildup, relic effects, and taking damage boost damage negation passive effects no longer activate when guarding against enemy attacks. Adjusted the Revenant expend own HP to fully heal nearby allies when activating art relic effect to also apply to allies rescued from near death status. Adjusted the gradual restoration of flask special effect to provide small instant heal upon use of flask. Adjusted the guard counter trigger holy bursts special effect so that explosions did not cancel the staggered state of enemies by hit by burst. A lot of times when it happens with these guard counters, if the enemy was about to get crit and then you activated it, you would take them out of the crit. And the gradual restoration of flask, for the longest time, it would just slowly heal instead of having like a small instant heal and then slowly heal. I don't know why they didn't have that before, where it would just do a small gain because it would take a lot too long. A lot of players, as soon as they got that, there was no point in getting it. You might as well just leave the item that you were about to get. No, we applied this fix due to incorrect implementation of the fix being applied to patch 10222. Increase the amount of blood loss inflicted by Wilder character skill. Really good. Makes me want to actually use Wilder again because remember when I was using that character skill, it didn't really do much. I was kind of upset about that. Extended the damage weakening duration of the Raider hit with the character skill to reduce enemy attack power, reduce relic effect. Enemy attack power, death relic effect. Decreased the poison amount applied to the Iron Eye skill. Inflict heavy poison damage on poisoned enemies. Death Relic effect. This is actually in a way better. It was really overpowered. They made Iron Eye even better, so this one's going to make it a little bit more easier to work with, though it's not, you always choose Iron Eye. Completely understand it. Most likely I will still continue using Iron Eye just because I hate when enemies run away, having to chase them. It's annoying as shit. I'd rather use a bow and arrow to continuously get an effect, applied effect, even if it's going to take a little bit longer. The damage dealt to poison enemies when hit by a skill is now based on the remaining HP. Adjusted the balance of the effective amount of Death Relics effect. Revenant increased max FP upon ability activation. All right, here we go. Lastly, for the combat and enemies balance, this is actually pretty important as well. Reduce the HP of the Night Boss's version of Ancient Dragon, great. Deduke's Deer, nice. And then the Tibia, and the Great Worm, Worm, however you say this. It's a lot better this way. I got tired of all these bosses having way too much health. Made the Valiant Gargoyle easier to stagger, which is amazing because you couldn't stagger it at all. Reduced the resistance to poison, rot, and blood loss status ailments of Falling Star Beast and full-grown Falling Star Beast. So that's amazing. They're making bosses a little bit easier. Reduce the HP and attack power of Maris, Fathom of the Night during the Everdark Sovereign, Aggro Expedition Night, and Deep Night mode. Good because I actually hate Agor. I never liked this boss. I don't know why they continue to do that. Bug fixes here. I'm going to show you in a snippet right here. If you guys want, you can pause this and go over it. It does do a good amount when it comes to playing with other players, also with some relics. Pay attention to that. I would recommend also going on the website if you want to see more information on this. Fixed improvements related to the Deep of the Night. This is what we want to pay attention to. Rate reflection fixes for the Deep of the Night. We have identified the following issues with the Deep Night ranking calculations. Ranking changes not being correctly applied after the end of the expedition. I've noticed that ranking changes being applied cumulatively, Jesus, with the ranking changes of the subsequent expedition. A provision fix has been applied to the patch 10203, but we will continue to investigate the plan to address these issues for future updates. Another one that I really like actually right here is the added sound effect when the attack's impaired on occasion, passive effective trigger. Whenever you got the like a decrease whenever it comes to pick up a weapon, and sometimes the attacks will impair, you'll always notice that like it would be like 1 or it wouldn't show up at all. But this time they also gave it a sound effect, which is actually really good. Fixed the bug where the effect of time activation for the guarding up sorceries and incantations and shielding great holy ground effects will be reset with guarding against an enemy attack. Fix the bug where the icon displayed in the log menu when marking enemies in Evergoals. Oh wow, they actually misspelled something over here. With pins incorrectly showed the icon on regular tough enemies instead of Deep of the Night variants. That's about it. Anything else related to these bug fixes, I would recommend going onto the website. I just wanted to go over this real quick. I'm actually pretty impressed with the updates. I still think they need to do a little bit more just when it comes to balancing and scaling for the deaths. I think the enemies should be getting harder, obviously, with the deaths, but also when it comes to the adjustments, when it comes to the relics, there needs to be a little bit more strength-based items that need to be applied to the character. Recluse and Revenant are still trash. Iron Eye got basically a debuff. Wilder, Raider pretty much got a buff. I definitely want to check out Raider. Wilder, again, just based off of that bleed. I'm thinking of doing a bleed fire build. I think it'd be really good. On top of that, you could also get a frost on there somewhere as well. I'm pretty sure you can get all 3 based on the relics that are coming to my mind right now. Because if we have the special skill with Raider, when he able to get the blood loss on top of adding it to where if you have a swing with the sword, light that up on fire, and then put an ornament on there to induce frost. I think you can get all those all those types in there for the skill set for Wilder. So I'm definitely going to do some testing with that as well. I'm pretty upset they nerfed my boy, but I mean, at the end of the day, Iron Eye is still overpowered. I'm pretty sure that I would test out some more stuff when it comes to the poison build because I'm doing poison and frost. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, I'll be uploading more of this updates because I have been putting over 200 plus hours into this game. This game is amazing. Love it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video. See you. Take care.